Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Drew TV. So today we have a very special guest in our studio today, and we'll be having a chat with our very special guest, and you get to meet our special guest as the program unfolds. Can we meet you?
Well, my name is Nasir Lawal Kurfi.
I would like to know more about you, your endeavors. We understand that you are one of the voices of a strong voice of the youth in the party that is in power. So we just want you to give us a brief rundown of your portfolio so our viewers can be able to know and meet you better.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, my name is Nasir Lawal Kurfi, member of the 2023 Presidential Campaign Council of APC, and I've led so many support groups for the emergence of the current and sitting president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. And not only that, uh, I was I serve in so many capacity under the party, and SA on youth mobilization, etc., etc.
So we are glad to have you. We got hold of you, and we are thankful that you honored our invitation to be here in our studio today.
Thank you
Um,
very much.
Welcome. So basically, we just want to be having a chat with you around the welfareism of Nigerians, particularly living in Nigeria. There have been a lot of rancor, a lot of ranging from protests, ranging from expression of ill feelings, and a lot of unpleasant expressions and complaints from Nigerians. So, being one of the strongest voice of the youth in the party, and having mobilized, been part of those that mobilized, to the emergence of the sitting president, we want to first hear from you. What do you think? What is your take around the current economic situation, the current situation of Nigeria? Let's start with that. What is your take?
Well, if I can flash back, I think last year, before the NVAT governance protest, I was opportune to be carefully selected from the Northwest Zone to represent the youth boys, thousands of youth boys. Uh, we had all their cry from the grassroots because some of these youth were talking about majority of them, they don't have where they can lay their voice to be heard directly to the government. So we, as the youth of the grassroots, they table all their complaints and their grudges to us. And when we are watching to meet the people that concerns, uh, I particularly, I table the whole complaint, and we understand that people outside there, they're really facing a lot. We must admit to that. Regards to the change in the economy, and which the Mr. President is trying to improve the whole economic situation. And whenever there is a changes like this, trying to improve the economic situation, definitely there will be a lot of pains. And that pains, we understand that Mr. President is injecting a lot to the grassroots. But the problem we're having, I must say it honestly, that we are not having good ambassadors to deliver those messages to the grassroots. If you take a look of what happened recently in Kano State, there are a lot of rice palliative, which was given from the federal government. And someone, shall I say, cage it into one place and without taking it to where necessary, where it's supposed to reach, which is very bad of that. And what I'm saying in a short nail is that we need to look, Mr. President need to look at his ambassadors, those who he appointed. Though also recently there is a ministerial reshufflement, which I think is a good step. And not only the ministerial reshufflement, I think Mr. President need to review the his SA and the rest. Because those SA, if you look at them, Mr. President appointed them to also take care of the grassroots, take care of the people that they are close to, and the Nigeria and Nigerians in general. But if you look at those people Mr. President appointed, they are more on social media than the grassroots itself. Mr. President cannot be everywhere, but I believe those ambassadors he appointed, the political appointees, that is the ambassador I'm talking about, they have a lot shoulder to them to be delivered.
Pointing out part of what you said, speaking about him not having good ambassadors around him to take his message, him having bogus number of appointees and all that. So that leads me to the next question. Do you think, you being a party member of the ruling party, do you think the president has a sincere intention to help Nigeria and Nigerians? And if yes, then what are those things that you've seen that makes you think the president is sincere and he's seriously trying to help Nigeria and take us out of the situation, the current situation he brought us into?
Well, from beginning, from the blueprint of Mr. President, definitely I would tell you, yes, he has a good intention for the whole Nigerians. Looking at from the local government autonomy, from the local, the student loan, whereby over 50 billion was injected to support the student, and many of that. But just like I told you from beginning, we have what I call, Mr. President will bring a system whereby he wanted to go speedily so that Nigerians will feel the impact. But along the way, the person appointed to actually take care of that particular system or program, if you look at the whole system, you find out that those people, they are the ones slowing down the system. And in Nigeria, we're in a situation that we need a speedy system whereby Nigerians will feel the impact. Feeling the impact in the sense that a lot of Nigerians are actually yet to recover from the fuel subsidy removal. And if we look at the whole system now, Mr. President is trying to inject something speedily that will at least eradicate or remove the pains of the fuel subsidy removal. But what I'm saying now is that there is no speedy implementation of the system.
Okay, if you say there's no speedy implementation, and you're also saying people that he has delegated responsibility to are not effectively carrying out those responsibility, that is like putting a square peg in a round hole. So can you categorically say if the president is competent for the position position majority of Nigerians has mandated on him? Do you think he is competent and capable?
Mr. President has proved competent and capable always, and I am very sure he will continue to prove that competency. But in-house need to be looked into.
Okay, if you said he has proven his competence and capability, can you just point out a few of those moments, of those times he has, he has proven those capabilities of his?
Well, everything is outside there for all of us to see, and but when you look at it, there is some kind of thing that when you look at only if you pick at the local government autonomy is something that uh, he need to be congratulated because it's not an easy task to be given such an autonomy for the local government to be independent in order for them to be touching the grassroots directly. And many of that.
Well, talking about the local government autonomy, I think we all saw recently on the internet when a certain local government chairman in Rivers State appointed over 130 special assistants. A certain local government chairman appointing over 130 special assistants. Now the president has given local government autonomy, and the local governments now are now taking his full step of making bogus and oversized appointments in the cabinet. Now, is somebody, a single person having 100 and over 100 just assistant people to assist him do the job, then why is it there? Now, he might tell you, he might give you his point of defense that after all, the president is doing that. Now, the local government autonomy is even at the pros and the cons are on the table for debates. Given by what we are now seeing some local government chairmen are doing, is it actually worth the fight and everything to give them autonomy? So I think that is also a topic and a conversation on a later date. I just felt to chip that in. Having admitted that the country is somewhat in shambles and people the grievances, the complaints is always on the rise. Is there really something you can think that this present administration can do to steer around, things, make things look seemingly better? Do you really think there is something that can be done at this moment?
Well, you know, just like we always say that government is a continuous process, we cannot say that we have delivered 100%. That is why there is always a room for continuity. And there is a lot to be done. And this a lot to be done, we need to look in-house again and look at those who we think they are having the Mr. President renewed hope agenda at heart. Because if you look at those people, most of them surrounding the Mr. President, most of them, if you look at them, they are not having the Mr. President agenda, the renewed hope agenda.
If you from far can cite those deficiencies, then how about the president and people that are much more closer to him, like people, his immediate appointees? Shouldn't that still tell you that? Shouldn't that still question the competency and capability? Don't you think it questions the competency and capability of the president? Don't you think so?
No, actually, because, Mr. President cannot be everywhere. But while we're saying all this, we're also in another way calling the attention of the Mr. President to look at people, that he appointed or people that are holding some responsibility to encourage them to do more. And if there is something contrary to that, to what the tax he gave them, I think there is thousands of people outside there that are willing to deliver Mr. President mandate. So I don't think there is a need for keeping them. That's just it from my own view.
Well, I hope sincerely that the president can stumble upon, or somebody close to him can stumble upon this video and do the needful. Your party, Mr. Nasir, your party has been in power for almost 10 years. What can you say your party will be remembered for? Because once upon a time, a certain party was in power for about 16 years or so, and they left. Today, another party is in power for almost 10 years. Uh, so it's transient, it comes and it goes. So, if from the past 10 years, your party has been in the helm of affairs of Nigeria, what do you think your party will be remembered for?
Well, I think I must congratulate the party generally because this is, I think, at my age and youth as well, I can say it categorically. The party has given youth more chance than any other party that has ruled Nigeria. And if you look at even the Mr. President, the current and sitting president appointees, I think if you look at it, there are a lot of youth there, and there are a lot of things, innovation that are meant to, support the youth directly or indirectly.
Okay. So, in essence, the party will be remembered for inclusivity of the youth, particular.
Definitely.
Okay. We the political atmosphere in Nigeria now all warming up for 2027 election already. People are already big wigs, politicians. They are all strategizing. All that people are cross carpeting the campaign. What should we expect from you as one of the party stakeholders in the youth wing? What should we expect from you and your team going into 2027?
Well, for me, I'm still the bona fide party member of APC, and currently I don't have any intention of leaving the party, neither engage in any discussion with anybody of thinking of leaving the party. I'm still a member, and I'm still supporting the party for the success of the party and Nigerians in general.
Okay, Mr. Nasir, we also we heard, if it was rumor or not, that you are also getting towards aspiring, under the party. Can you tell us more about that?
Well, I have started seeing some of those discussion in some forums, but I have not actually talked about it with anybody. But there are a lot of people, calling my attention or calling me to at least look into their requests, but I have not said anything for now.
It's still on the low. It's
Yeah,
it's, it's undecided.
yeah, I've not actually decided on anything yet.
Okay, we will be. We know you as a vocal youth and an advocate for youth inclusivity as well. So we will be keeping our watch to see how things unfold from you and from your party as time goes on. So we want to sincerely thank you for honoring our invitation and granting us this chat with you. We thank you and we appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Do you have any last word? Do you have any last word? Can we get your last word?
Well, I think my last message to the party generally and to Nigerians, first of all, to Nigerians, that we need to exercise more patience as Mr. President is doing all it takes in making sure that Nigerians are smiling. And at the soonest possible time, Nigerians will be smiling. And lastly, I want to also call the attention of the party and the president as well to look in-house and checkmate those people that he shoulder the responsibilities to deliver, and making sure that the assignment he gave them is actually reaching where it's supposed to reach. Because to be honest with you, if you go to nearby state within Abuja here, not even far away, within the neighboring state within Abuja, you see the real definition of hunger. A physical hunger. That you see people that they are sick, but they are not actually, they are physically sick, but that is as a result of hunger. So if those ambassadors, they are shoulder with the responsibility for the immediate and speedy delivery of what Mr. President assigned them to do, definitely there will be a drastic reduction of that physical hunger. So I'm worried whenever I left Abuja, travel to any nearby state, particularly if you go to my northwest zone. That is where you see the real physical hunger. So I think Mr. President has to look into that. And those assigned with the responsibility of doing the necessary things should do it at the soonest possible time.
Thank you very much for that wonderful closing remark. And we appreciate you once again for honoring our invitation.
Thank
So
you
there
very
you
much.
have it, our esteemed viewers. You can always join this conversation on our social media handles at Drew TV NG, and let us know what you think about the president and his efforts towards taking Nigeria to the promised land. Thank you, and we'll see you on our next episode.